Welcome to another episode of She Knows Best.
It's not therapy,
but it might help.
That's a cute catchphrase, guys. It is.
Thanks. So, welcome, guys, to another episode of She Knows Best. We're so happy to be here with you today. We have a special guest, and we'll introduce her. But let's all start. When you see her face, maybe you'll know who she is. Yeah, and why she's here. And we're so excited to have her here. But so let's start with our usual check in. How was your week? What's on your mind?
Let me see. My week has been fine. It's been full of work, lots of work. But I think this week was more exciting because of the script reading that we had.
Oh, that was amazing. That was so amazing. Yeah.
So I mean, if you've been watching, you've most likely had me talk about Kemi, who's one of my best friends, but also a writer and a filmmaker. And so we've been working. She's been working. Honestly, me, I just read the scripts, but she's the one who has been working.
Kemi, Hollywood Kemi, by the way. Yeah, just saying. In case you see an Oscar come through.
Not just your mate every day. Yeah, but so we did. So we have almost not final, but almost their script. So she decided to do a reading in Uganda to just one, because any a lot of the work that she does, it will always come back to benefiting Ugandans somehow, either in the storytelling or income. It's all going to come back home. So the goal of this is to shoot it at home. So we wanted to do a reading where we test it out on the Ugandan audience and see is it landing the way that it's supposed to land?
Yeah.
But also just bring people from home into the project. So we did a script reading with actors. So it was a table reading and then with an audience, and it was I've been there from the planning stages, but even just experiencing it that has been the highlight of my year so far.
You guys, well done. First of all, we already know Kemi is brilliant. That goes without saying all over again. That's why I said Kemi, I didn't expect anything less.
Yeah.
So the script, the story was brilliant. The actors were brilliant. Everyone stepped into their role. I felt like it was a table read, but I was visualizing the movie in my mind. You get they were reading. Yeah, I was the audio, because we had headphones.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you could hear the actors
Yeah. Yeah.
What an
And
experience.
then there was also a band.
There was a band.
It was soundtracks to what they were reading.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the soundtracks.
That's very well curated.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So cool. To be honest, even Pan, we're talking about the other day. Even us, we shocked ourselves, because I still has whatever the creative gods that put that idea into your head. Please, yeah, well done. Because even I knew I had an idea of what it was going to be, or what it's supposed to be, but just experiencing it was just crazy. So that has been definitely the highlight of the week and the year for sure.
No, it was so amazing. I can't wait for the movie. Everyone I was talking to, I was like, you guys, this movie is going to be
Fire.
it's going to be fire. It was amazing. The combination of you and Kemi, yo.
It's Ugandan stories, told the way that you would be proud to be a Ugandan if you watched it. The way it doesn't exaggerate who we are, the kind of chaotic people that we are, the dramatic people that we are, the language. It's not.
It's rooted in our actual reality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You will
not the
watch
westernized
it,
version.
No.
of us.
And I think you guys were very clear about that. We are trying to make it, contextualize it as much as possible.
And
Yeah.
also why we needed to do the reading, because we needed to know, and that it lands from the jokes to even do you see yourself in that film? It doesn't matter if it's you see your mom, your auntie, your sister, your friend, you yourself. Do you see yourself? Is it not are you going to cringe when you're what's that? You get, but we wanted to know that you genuinely feel yeah, I could actually, like
I could see
this-
myself
yeah,
in this.
I
Yeah.
can see the
Yeah.
characters in this, like in
Yeah.
my everyday life.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, from the feedback that we got, it landed very,
amazing.
very well. So yeah, fingers crossed, guys. We'll
We
soon
love it. We love it. We love it.
we'll
Mhm.
soon be shooting a feature film in Uganda.
Ooh,
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
okay.
And you?
My
Yeah.
highlight of the week.
Your week has been crazy.
My week has been crazy. My past 2 weeks have been insane. But I think for me, my highlight was how so many women positively contributed to the conversation that was
Yeah.
started around child-free women or women choosing to opt for certain family planning
Yeah.
methods like tubal ligation. I think so many people saw the backlash, but me personally, I saw so much positive feedback.
Yeah.
And actually, I was very proud of the impact. I was telling this to somebody. I've been a feminist for some time now. I've been a
Yeah.
feminist since maybe my A levels, and we have seen some things on
Love
the
to hear
internet.
it.
Like
when
Right?
I see
we have seen some things on the internet. I'm telling you, if this landed 8 years ago, it would not have received the same
never.
response from
Yeah.
women.
Yeah.
There would be so many, like I saw people calling out some pick women, but I was like, that's such a small level of pick women we got this
Yeah.
time. You
Yeah.
don't understand. Women were like, people are
Bruh.
fighting on my behalf. They're
Yeah.
like, look, so what?
Yeah.
It's her choice.
That's
Yeah.
what
You know,
she's
I was
deciding.
shocked. I was like, women who are mothers, women who are not mothers, women
Yeah.
who are still deciding.
Yeah.
People were using their critical thinking skills.
Yeah.
And so for me, I was very grateful. The highlight of my week was I remember when I first became a feminist,
Yeah.
and I'm
It
a
was
very
like a
incredibly
slur, like,
sensitive person.
You can't say it out loud.
Yeah,
You just
me,
have
I'll
to-
tell everyone
Yeah,
I'm a feminist.
yeah.
And what about it?
And then
Okay?
they used to say, "But so you're one of those."
So
They
yeah.
still do.
It is I. It is
Yeah.
I. I
Yeah.
am the leader.
Yeah.
I am here.
As I keep saying, I'm the witch.
Yes.
The
I
the
am
chief
the witch.
witch. in-
You guys
the
should have
witch
seen my
in
birthday
chief.
cake. My birthday cake said witches don't age.
Ah!
I was standing here. I was standing here. I don't play. Listen, I am the witch. What about it?
What are you going to
But
do?
like when I had first started, I'm an incredibly sensitive person. I used to call my mom crying all the time. Mommy, I've just seen this boy say these things. Why would they ever say that? Who thinks like this? Why is it okay? I will never forget this one time they were berating this girl because she cheated on some guy at that time, and she was unapologetic about it. She
Yeah.
acted very nonchalant about it. And I was like, you boys who are berating her and calling
That
names,
is
not only are you that cheats, you're the ones who defend your boys in the clubs as they're cheating. You're the ones who
Cover up
lie,
for them.
but she's a whore, she's a slut because she cheated. I was so sensitive. Everything I was so put up. I would cry. I cut off so many male friends because I would hear things they say. You know, once you're turned on, you can't.
Yeah,
turn
you
off.
can't switch it off.
course.
Yeah.
You can't. Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Yeah.
So I was
becomes
seeing,
so
and
clear.
everything now was hitting me in all different
Yeah.
directions. I was this sponge.
Yeah.
I was always in an existential crisis. I would sit in my room and think to myself,
Which is part of the
will,
process.
will we make it out alive?
Yeah.
Will we make it? Are we going to be okay? Are the kids all right?
Yeah.
Because we're not all right.
Yeah.
But like to push through and to continue to educate myself and everything, you eventually just get to the other side. And I realized a revolution is not something that happens in 2 weeks or 3 weeks
No.
or 10 years, or
Mhm.
it is very gradual, right? For me to be able to, we forget that there are lots of things we have today that were considered taboos a while ago.
Yeah.
I read this article one time and they talked about lipstick, red lipstick for
Yeah.
women was something
was
they
a
fought
protest.
for
Yes.
because you were considered a witch
Yeah.
if you wore things like red lipstick and
Red
makeup.
nails, yeah.
Yes. Because you were seducing them and you were
Yeah.
anti. Their feelings are what we are concocting.
Yeah.
It is
I
never about
remember-
what they're
No,
feeling.
Yeah,
but
I
they can
remember-
never be, like,
Yeah.
they have no control
Over themselves.
It is
No, they don't.
you.
It is me.
I
It is
remember.
you who is
I
the
remember when I
problem.
was growing up. When I
Yeah.
was growing up, I've always done my nails because of my mom. Like I've
Yeah.
always done my nails. I've always had relaxed hair.
Same, yeah.
So I had red nails because for my mom it was same. My mom has always been a part of feminist movements. But my dad always used to say, "Why do you have red nails? You're too young to have red nails."
What does that
And then when I
even
started wearing red lipstick as a
Mm,
teen, remember my Ruby Wood days from when I was a teen.
mean?
He used to say, "Why are you wearing like red lipstick? That's for like older women."
Yeah.
Older women, prostitutes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course, he couldn't say that to me.
Actually,
he
my
couldn't say
mom-
that to me
You've talked about
directly.
prostitutes.
Yeah.
Very important. My mom, I have like a very jewelry loving mom. She not only wears anklets, she wears toe rings.
Even those.
Yeah.
So for me, I grew up seeing that as a normal thing. So
Yeah.
when I joined the bank, I was working in the bank after. People used to stalk me to see if I was wearing my anklet that day. And I was called into HR because I was wearing an anklet. And I'm like, an anklet, surely in 2024 at
ankle.
that time.
The,
I'm
the
like, an
anchor has
anklet
become
means something to
seduce.
you guys.
Yeah.
So like, also you reach certain environments and you're like, this is not going to work for
Yeah.
me.
First wait, this is 2024.
Yes,
It's not
2024,
even
this is very
long
recent.
ago.
Yeah, because I had just graduated at the
But
time.
you see,
That's
but
the
you
other
see,
day.
I've realized the culture. It's we've even gone past the check-in and now we're in the jazz.
In
But
the jazz.
but I've realized the what the for some reason we keep it's like we keep regressing even as our culture like in Uganda.
It's like it
Because
goes
and then we get, because I've noticed a rise in yes conservatism globally, but even here it's like guys are becoming more conservative, and I'm like, what's going on? Because I used to wear anklets when I was
me.
but-
I've been wearing anklets since my A levels because
Yeah.
for me, my mom never cared
Scared,
about
yeah.
that. Yeah. So like seeing different things like that, I realized it taught me something. It taught me that you might not necessarily enjoy certain privileges that you're fighting for as a woman right now, but you are doing something that a woman in the future will consider and
Yeah.
appreciate
Yeah.
as a privilege. So for me to have the privilege to do this and not even be afraid that I'll be lynched,
Yeah.
because I am
Yeah.
I'm doing voodoo and all of
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
different things. For me, it made me so incredibly proud, and it reminded me of why I'm a feminist. What
Yeah.
we're doing is important.
Very.
What we're doing is life changing.
Yeah.
Don't listen to the men who tell you you regret, you'll become 30 and bitter and old and all that. I am 25 years old. I will get to 30 eventually, and my life is absolutely beautiful because I am a feminist,
Yeah.
and I am so proud that other women are being empowered.
Yeah.
That we could get that response. I don't think people understand that
They
response
don't.
would
It's
not have
crazy.
happened.
Yeah.
Even like
The women would be the ones against you the most,
Yeah.
because
Because
remember,
they're the ones
Yeah.
a successful oppressive system is when the oppressed are the
Gatekeepers,
gatekeepers.
yeah.
So like they would never have said this, but did you see how many women rose? Did you see how many women said? I was very proud. For me, that was the absolute highlight.
Like when I
Yeah,
came on
same.
X, on X and saw like the commentary,
Yeah.
I was like, the girls,
The girls are
the
eating
girls,
Right.
they're gonna be okay.
The girls, we might have cried through some things, we
Yeah.
might have disagreed through some things, but we're
But
gonna be
Be
okay.
okay.
going to
Yeah.
be okay. No, for sure. Like to be honest, I also was very pleasantly surprised. Like
Yeah.
every comment that I would go to be then also it might also be the fact that like I built my algorithms
Very specifically, yeah.
Yes,
like,
yes,
all
yes.
the stitches, like anyone that was commenting on it and
Yeah,
stuff like that, it
yeah.
was all women saying, yeah, she did it. So what the
So
the fuck
what?
Okay,
Yes.
like it's
Somebody,
her body,
a guy
it's
would be
whatever.
commenting. Somebody's like, "So,
Uh-huh.
are you gonna change it?"
But
Yeah.
like people
Like-
were fighting in those comments for you.
They
and
were.
I was like, you know what? The girls will be fine.
Yeah.
They're like
We might disagree here,
we
then.
might disagree,
But we're gonna be
fine.
okay.
But when
Yeah.
it comes down to it,
Yeah.
we'll be fine.
We
Yeah.
will.
Okay, so like right, okay, I think we need to backtrack now a little bit, because if you've not seen
there.
if you've not seen Ashley, then maybe we need to
We reintroduce.
we need to reintroduce the woman of the moment. Okay, so yeah, we'll give her time to introduce herself, but it was so important that we had this conversation with her. She has gone viral. You've probably seen her videos about choosing to be child free. She has a YouTube channel as well. She's a content creator. Yeah, so we felt it important to have this conversation with her, especially because you guys know on this podcast, that's what this podcast is here for.
Yeah.
Our podcast is for the girls. We keep saying, yeah, we
for
don't
the girlies.
we don't do this for the
Girls, maybe the gays.
Yes,
but for the
mostly
girls.
girlies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll let Ashley introduce herself. Yeah.
Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Mary Ashley. I am 25 years old. I am a marketer and I also do public relations, but I'm very, very passionate about activism for women. So I'm a feminist. I also have a YouTube channel that I do, like she just said. At the moment, I am the birthday, meaning, yay, I'm the birthday.
She's the birthday.
Yes, I've been, going a bit viral because of everything. But I'm very proud of, what we're doing here.
Yeah.
And I'm very proud to be here. Thank you guys for inviting me.
No,
I feel very honored.
Oh.
I
we-
feel very honored.
We're also equally honored that you agreed to come.
Mhm.
Like you said, you're the birthday right now, so
Yay, I'm the birthday. I'm the birthday.
the girl has been on the news. She's in the newspaper article. She's everywhere. She's viral across Africa. So right now, we are lucky to have her.
Stop,
Have her here.
stop.
So I was telling this guy a small story before we got to the podcast. That will be my check-in. Before we came for the podcast today, I was leaving the house, and so I told my daughter, because she was with me as I was getting ready for her, she had planned to stay home.
Okay.
So I was like, "Oh, do you know who's going to be on the podcast today?" So I told her, "You know, the girl who was in the TikTok videos. She's viral for getting her tubes tied." She's like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah." She's like, "Mommy, why didn't you tell me before?" And I literally had like 20 minutes to get out of the house. So she's like, "Please,
She's like, give me
please,
20.
let me get ready. Please, I have to come and meet her because I am like."
Sweet.
But I thought to myself, I said, I'm doing the Lord's work. I've done well with this one.
Yes.
Like
We've
done well.
You have.
The community of women, us who keep influencing her.
Yes.
We've done well.
Yes.
Yeah.
She could have chosen to have a fixate on something else. So like for her to think those topics are very interesting to her and like she resonates towards them.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, do you remember that time when they were doing the purple highlights on their DPs to support women in South Africa going through gender-based violence?
Yeah.
My 13-year-old sister had her profile purple. And
this one as well.
Yes.
You did, yeah.
And for me, I hadn't spoken to her about this.
Yeah.
So I asked her, "Do you know what this means?" She said, "Yes." And she like talks about women in such a beautiful, passionate way that I wish even at 13 I had. I mean, yes, I felt certain ways, but she articulates it like to a place that I had reached maybe when I was like in my A levels.
Yeah.
And I love that about her. She's so brilliant, and it's so interesting to see that these kids get to have so much information.
Yeah.
And there's so much information that is both correct and wrong.
wrong.
So
Yeah.
to see your child or your sister gravitate towards something that is actually the right thing.
Yeah.
Tens.
Beautiful.
No, I mean,
Tens
it's
across
so
the
crazy
board.
because,
Yeah.
like, you're talking like that, and I'm thinking because like I'm 11 years older than you, but like, because it's like, the more time passes by, the more knowledge people have at such a younger age.
Yeah.
Like, even you saying, and I'm like thinking,
Yes.
even us at
24,
like,
yeah.
we had an idea,
Yeah.
but
It wasn't like this.
It wasn't like yours, like you're so sure of like,
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I've always told people that I'm not going to have kids, like from when I was young, but it was one of those things where, like, I would never have made the decision that you did, because for me it was, of course, people always say like, you don't know, you're just saying this because you're young. Like you guys, there's a man who convinced me that my womb at some point is going to feel like it's empty. A man.
What?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
A man who has never owned a
Who
womb.
has
Nothing.
never owned a womb. You get. So it was like, no, I said, don't say those things. Don't say it like that. Like, maybe say, you'll see, or like, don't say like for fact, because you never know, you're going to change your
I
mind.
don't know why that
So
touches
it was,
them
you
so
get,
much. What does
and
that
it
have
was
to do with
something
you?
that like I think other than my friends, like not many people knew how I felt about kids, or like about having kids, because I couldn't say it out loud properly, or even just the fact that like at that age you're like, you think it's cool to be like a guy's girl and stuff like that. So we start to like learn these things a bit later, and now you're like, you can stand 10 toes down and be like, this is who I am.
Yeah.
But even just like seeing you now at like 25, and you're like, yeah, fuck this shit, like this is who I am, and this is how I'm going to move, and like men are not the center of my universe, like 100%. So to see that with you, and then you're also saying it like
with her,
Yeah.
it's so amazing to see, and that's how you just know, you're like, you know what, like
The girls are gonna be okay.
girls are gonna be good.
Like,
Never
like
let
the
anybody
work
scare
you
you.
get, like
the
the
girls are
work
gonna
we're
be
doing,
good.
Yeah.
is working, like the
And I
work
think that's
is-
why the patriarchy is fighting back so hard
So
right
hard.
now.
That's why people are scared
They're
that things are
losing
going to
control.
regress.
Yeah.
Yes. But you see, that's a symptom of progress.
Yes,
Progress will be
100%.
fought for
Yes.
sure, but the revolution, unfortunately, will be
Will
televised.
Indeed.
Whether you
It
like
will,
or not,
whether
it
you
will.
like it or not. Even those before, I'm sure the first woman who said, "But I want to work and get paid." I'm sure she was ridiculed out of that room.
Exactly.
She was probably called a heretic.
Bruh, they're like, what are you saying?
What are you saying?
It's what we keep
For
saying
what?
about witches. Witches were just women who knew what they wanted.
Thank you.
That's it.
Oh my God, I always say this. I always say I'm a witch because
Yeah.
people don't understand what being a witch
Which
is.
means,
That's where
yeah.
it came
They
from.
don't. It's something that has negative connotation, but its meaning is actually a positive innotation.
Yeah.
Because it's about power. It's
Yeah.
about wielding your power.
Yeah.
Everything, she's a witch. So me, I proudly say,
Yeah.
like, for my birthday, I remember this year, I was talking to my mom and she's like, okay, what cake do you want? I only eat cake once a year on my birthday because I don't really eat cake.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
I like fruit cake. That's the only
Yeah.
cake that I eat. So she knows every year for my birthday
Mm.
we get cake from Sarah's Cakes always. So she tells me, so what design do you want? So I see this sun and moon cake.
Yeah.
I love sun and moon, like, imagery and everything like that. It just speaks to me. So I'm like, I like this sun and moon concept. So she's like, yeah, I think you should do this in this color and whatnot. I'm like, but what I want on it is I want it to say witches don't edge.
Ah, she
And
must have been like, what?
I've said so many outlandish things to my mother. I think at this point she got used, but I didn't expect her to go with it because, I thought maybe she was going to say, but that's a bit too much, maybe. But when they surprised me with the cake on my
was there.
birthday, it was there, which is
It's
don't
don't
age.
age, yeah.
And I was like, when I posted it, I think this is the thing that comes with being an unapologetic woman. People think we post things like that to rage bait,
Yeah.
but for me, it's what I truly feel in
Yeah.
my soul.
Yeah.
Witches don't age. I'm a witch.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're
We've
talking
already accepted.
Like,
That's what I keep saying. I keep telling
Yes.
everyone that I'm a witch and a heathen. Then at some point,
I'm a
when I really
heathen.
looked that phrase in,
Yeah.
is that day I went to church with my mom. So I
Yeah.
posted a picture of being in church,
Mhm.
and then I said, not every day being a witch and a
witch,
heathen.
yes.
And even like my male friends came to my inbox and they were dying. They're like, and I told them, but I'm a
Yes,
witch.
but I'm a
If
witch.
people have decided to call you a witch, it's for a
Take it.
reason. Think about it. Try and dissect it. Why am I a witch? Not because have you ever seen me shaking things and
Calabashes and whatnot.
No, it means that there's something about me somewhere that you recognize as being witchy.
But you see, I think the problem with people is that they want because it's sort of like you taking the power back in the words.
Yes.
So now they can't call you a witch and for it to be like,
For it to be offensive.
Offensive.
It's
Yeah.
like the way they
It's
say
like-
feminist as
exactly.
offensive.
Someone says like, oh, she's a feminist. I'm like,
And
I
then,
feel like you're
as opposed
saying
to
it-
what?
Yeah,
As opposed to what?
As opposed to what? Like, what else do you want me to like? What else am I supposed to be? Of course I am.
I know my favorite thing is when the older guys like say it and they be like, oh my God, can you imagine this girl is a feminist? I say, absolutely, I am a feminist. And they expect you to like kind of shy
shy away
away
from
from
it.
these
Yeah.
things. And I'm like, no, I am absolutely
Yeah.
proud.
To be
Whose
a
side
feminist,
would
yeah.
I be on here?
Exactly. Or like
What-
like,
what-
else?
yeah.
If I'm not a feminist, then what am I
Then
doing?
Yeah,
what am I doing? Yeah.
Thank
why-
you.
And to be fair, like what Asa said, like in our 20s, I've grown up with a feminist mother, right? But of course, because like the different waves of the feminist movement, etc., they were a bit more
For them, they are the choice feminists.
they're the choice feminists. And so
Nimba
yeah,
man.
and so but you see, we learn these things as we get older, because
True,
even
true,
me in my 20s, I always used to say, no, I'm not one
Yeah,
of those
remember,
radical
yeah.
feminists. Like I still
I
believe in these things.
know.
Until I got to a certain point and I said, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
What is it?
Who am
What
I
am I,
protecting?
who am I
Whose
protecting?
feelings am I protecting? Because
And I'm
of
like, now I'm on the other extreme. Let me.
like, I actually remember this phrase of Liz. She'll be like, no, like you have to like have conversations with men. Like that's how we're going to make changes. Or for me, and now at that point, I think I had gotten to a point where like barely being Tammy, like I'm just.
And you see that
It's
spot
done.
right there?
Yeah.
That's the spot I was talking about. That
Yeah.
spot where you think now if you talk to your male friends, you might be explaining something, but you get
Uh-huh.
into that conversation, it depletes you
Yo!
of
Complete
everything
energy
you have.
draining.
Like you start hating life all over again. You're like, actually, you know what? Let's be done with this. Let's be done with this. Like there's that, you have to move through the phases. You have
Yeah.
to move through the steps.
Yeah.
But I always say this when people talk about radical feminism. I say that that's a redundant word of sorts. Feminism in itself is a radical
radical
It's a
act,
radical
yeah.
movement.
because people don't understand that radical, again, people don't know the difference between connotation versus innotation. Connotation is the sentiments around something. Innotation is what it actually means. And radical is not a bad word. It means something is revolutionary.
Yeah.
Feminism in its very
It has to
definition
be radical.
is
It's radical,
revolutionary.
yeah.
We are questioning the very basis of
The
everything
thing
we
we
know
know, yeah.
and have known for eons.
Yeah.
So for me, I always say when they say, "Oh, are you a radical feminist?" I say, "Absolutely."
Yes.
And I say, in fact, it's kind of redundant.
Yeah.
Because feminism is radical.
Radical.
Just
yeah.
like chai tea.
Yes. Thank you. You're wasting your time. You're
Say
saying
chai or just say chai.
You
Yeah,
said
just say
tea.
chai would
Yeah.
be.
That's
Like,
my point.
That's exactly what
Like
it is.
anything,
there's nothing
all
like
of that,
radical
and
feminism.
by the way, I have so much grace for women. I can understand why they move through wherever they move through.
Of course.
There was a point when we were also choice feminists and would say,
Yeah.
if it makes a
Yeah,
girl
it's
happy.
happy.
But no, to deconstruct it, you realize you don't exist in a vacuum.
Yeah.
Your choices don't exist in a vacuum.
Yeah.
Exactly, and that's what I keep telling people. I'm like,
Yeah.
there is nothing like choice.
Yeah,
You-
there's nothing like that.
Even that choice that you're making, have you
Question,
questioned that?
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Why is it that this is the way that you need to move?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why? like, are you for sure that is a
That
choice
you've
that
actually
you
Oh my
made
God,
that
it feels
choice.
so good
Yeah.
to speak to actual
Yeah.
feminists. You don't understand. It feels so good.
It's like, are you sure
Like,
That, are you sure you've made that choice yourself,
yeah,
or it has already been
Yeah.
made for you,
you prayed for
and
time
you're
like
think
this?
you're
Bro,
it's been a long time
It's been
coming.
a long time coming. Listen, you talk to your friends and like, but honestly,
Yeah.
like for me, if I want to like this, I'm like, I get that, but it's not really as
That's
simple
not
as that.
It's
You
yeah.
not
know?
really as simple as like, because
Yeah.
the thing is, you're affected by society, and that's the other
are.
word that I keep telling Liz. I realize people don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Because when you say society, they're like, who is it? I'm like, what do you mean?
Ah.
Like, do you think you just moved in a like when you say
Because that's
society,
what you
like,
decided.
Yeah.
who is in society? I'm like, what do you mean who is in society?
All of us.
Yes.
Like, you don't just move in a world where you just make decisions you by yourself. No, that's not what
Yeah,
you
that's
not how
life works.
You're affected by like your environment, your experiences.
Mhm.
You get like everything else affects that choice that you did. But when you
Yes.
think you've made your decision,
I think also
Because
maybe the issue is that men were taught that they were logical, so
that's also the other
they
thing.
confuse.
as we
so
keep
people
saying, the
don't
logical
know.
gender.
People don't know first of all what logic means. They don't know. I think the biggest mistake we made. Let me actually look at the camera when I say this. The biggest mistake we made is telling people that emotions come from the heart. Let me clear the air. Emotions come from the brain.
School them.
Like
They come
this
from
here.
the prefrontal cortex. This is where they are formed. I want us to be very clear. Here, we pump blood. That is all that happens. There is no emotion that is sired from your heart.
Thank you.
It is coming from your brain. Your brain is regulated by emotions, hormones, and logic.
Yeah.
They work as a team. Think of it as a trifecta.
Yeah.
The heart has nothing to do
Do
with
with
it.
it.
Because
Yeah.
every time
The
I
brain
hear this
is the one that sends
conversation-
the signals,
Thank you.
and that's why you say, I'm feeling anxious, or my emotion
So
today.
the
The
Yes.
brain has sent the signal here.
To your body. Your body
Yeah.
is a manifestation of who you are, of
Yeah.
your consciousness.
Yeah.
So of course, because somebody asked me, so why is it that I feel my heart drop when I'm anxious? This is still your body. Your
It's
body coordinates
coordinated
together.
Yeah.
So because you shit from your bum, does that mean that your brain did not send that signal? I need us to be serious.
Thanks.
I need us to be very serious.
but
Yeah.
Also, the other thing is, we also somehow someone convinced men that that anger is not an emotion.
Thank you. Thank you.
That it's
Thank you.
a natural
It's
it's
a
a
natural
natural
response to
to
things.
them.
No,
Yeah.
but anger is considered when it is a woman's.
Actually, of course, exactly.
But not when it's
But
for
not when
men.
it's a man.
But for men, it's normal. It's normal to be angry.
So
They're
for
just
them, they
reacting
say,
to-
I see a lot of women say this, and guys, they say, women, they think with their hearts.
Uh-huh.
And then men think with their brains.
But
that's
is not true.
And that's
100%.
what's the word? That's like infantilization or
Absolutely.
patronizing. Because you say
Patronization.
because you're saying we think with our heart, but exactly what you've said. There are no emotions here.
There
There's
are
no
no
brain
emotions.
here.
Again,
so
you look into the
technically what
camera.
you're saying is we
There's
don't
no
think.
emotions
No
there.
emotions.
Thank
So
you.
what you're saying is we don't think.
That's exactly what it is. So already men come from a place, and male-centered women come from a place of they think a guy is much smarter than me, and a guy knows what this is, and I am thinking with my. Let me tell you, every human being is irrational first. We are irrational, then we rationalize our irrationality. That is literally how human beings work. You can make anything make sense. That is why people go through psychosis. That is why the brain does not know what is real and what is fake. It depends on what
You just
type
have
of
to
information
be
processing
convincing.
you're having. So that is why people can lose touch with reality. That is why people are able to justify certain things. That is why certain stories of religion have thrived for so long.
Yeah.
Because we rationalize things. We need things to make sense so that we can move on. And that can be understood, but do not dismiss it. So when you confuse, we need to start identifying things with exactly what they do to avoid confusion. Stop teaching yourselves that emotions come from your heart or emotions come from this part of your chest that you're feeling. They come from your brain. And your brain works with your emotions. To be logical is to be emotionally intelligent.
Yeah.
You cannot make great and that's why they're terrible human beings, because they do not factor in emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
Even when a woman is at her wickedest, even when she is siring every wickedness to her ancestors, there is emotional intelligence. Because at the end of the day, for you to be devoid of that, you're not thinking properly. You get what I'm saying?
The thing is, like, and that's the thing, I truly believe that the problem is also because men lead with ego.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So for you, you're leading, like, if you're leading with ego instead of emotional intelligence, you're going to that's why you're going to be a
Because
terrible
ego comes from
human being.
insecurity.
Yeah.
Exactly, it comes from insecurity,
Yeah.
and it's also about you.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not about everyone else around you. It's not about considering environment and effects and consequences and all those
Yeah.
But you know what
Ego
you
is
just
also,
said?
ego is also like exactly what you said. Ego is also like I forgotten how to explain it properly, but Eckhart Tolle talks about it properly.
Yes.
It's this part of your brain.
Mm.
I think it's called there's ego and the aid or something like that. So like it's still parts of your brain
Yeah.
sending signals that
Yes.
brings out this
Persona.
this persona that's built off of insecurity, all the negatives within you, like the insecurity, the feelings of not being enough, or you know.
Yes.
And now you have to
So
make
that's what informs ego. So when men say, "Oh, as men we have an ego," I'm like, it's not a good thing.
Thank you.
It means your brain is not working very well.
Yes. And also, to be honest, I think people don't understand that everything in the universe is about balance. Everything is there for a reason.
Exactly.
Hate is there for a reason. Love is there for a reason. Anger is there for a reason. Jealousy is there for these ones who I don't get jealous. Jealousy is there for a reason. Envy is there for a reason. All
Yeah.
of these things
That's
exist
how
for a
we
reason.
use it.
Everything is about balance.
Yeah.
Yin, yang, always balancing.
Yeah.
So ego is meant to protect you in that if this man is disrespecting me, I say,
Uh-huh.
no, I know
Me.
MaryAsh.
Please,
I'm out.
And I will leave.
Yeah.
That is what ego is meant to do. Ego is not meant when
For
I'm
you to step on
confronting
other
you and
people.
telling you, hey, you did me wrong. I say, but me, the way you spoke to me about you doing me wrong, I
Yeah,
will
I
not.
don't-
That's
like my ego
that's
can-
Yeah.
operating from a place of insecurity because now your ego has overtaken, and a lot of men operate from a place of fakeness. They're performing.
Everything.
That's why a lot of them are
Male
so
Yeah.
performative.
Because masculinity
Everything
It's performative.
Absolutely. Oh my
Absolutely
God, real
performative.
feminists.
There's nothing real about it. Like,
Do you know how hard
Exactly.
it is to explain that to people? I'm like, girl, you're performing.
it's performative. Like everything about
Masculinity. A man is masculine is.
I'm tough.
It's performative.
Tough. I don't feel feelings. I
I
don't cry. And
It's
my favorite
performative.
thing-
They can't see me
my-
doing this.
No. My favorite thing is when they say, you know, as guys, they don't. Are the guys feeling attacked?
Or they will be
They're
like,
used to us by now. I'm pretty sure they want to beat
my
us most
favorite
days.
thing.
but-
My favorite thing is when they say, you know, us guys, we're not allowed to cry. You're not allowed to rape. You're not allowed to beat. You're not
But,
allowed to. But
But
somehow,
crying is where you draw the line.
Crying.
Crying
But
is
then
where
you
you
want
draw
us to
the line.
say, baby, cry.
Yeah, please cry. For
Release
me.
the tears. Please, don't worry, me cry or don't
Who
cry.
refused you to
Also,
cry?
who refused you?
Let me tell you, when I deconstructed, I became over. If I was strict before, I don't know.
Like, on another
in
level.
relationships, I became a nuisance. Cry or don't cry. I actually tell them, your vulnerability is not a gift to me. Chiambagwe.
Yeah.
If you cry right now and you release, it saves you. You telling me your problems and you cry, it does nothing for me. I promise you. If anything, you're not stressing me out because now I'm thinking, now you don't have money. Now I have to. Now
to wait.
Now
your
your dad didn't love you as a child. Now I have to factor that over. Like you're ruining the fun. So cry or don't cry.
It's
But
entirely up to you.
decide and stay there. Don't give me nonsense of
I think I can cry. Yeah.
When I don't struggle, decide.
You get.
Decide.
The thing is, who refused you to
Who
cry?
refused you?
They're going to tell you, like, oh, my boys are going to find out I cry. Okay.
Are they with you? I think people can't see me crying.
Why don't they?
I think people can't see me crying.
Why
For
do
us,
they
when we
look at
cry, do I always wait for Afsa to cry? Even in my bed, I can cry. I release the tension and then I calm. If the tears, Afsa, since are only 20% of the 100,
thank
I've
you.
already cried.
Thank you.
But also, why do you have to announce that you can't cry? Like,
Thank you.
Like, again, performative. Like, it has to be
Performative.
it has to be an audience.
Yes.
That guy
Yeah.
who says, I don't cry, the one who cries the most. Oh my God. He holds you at night and says, babe, these men don't know me. You know.
No one
my
gets
boys."
me.
And
My
then they'll
boys.
come back. Then they'll come back after and then they'll say, you know, us boys, we don't fall out. We're gang, we're this, we're that. They don't fall out because they don't address anything between each other.
Don't know.
So then now us, we do the emotional labor for them.
Yeah.
So he comes to you, baby boo, as you're holding him on your on
now
his
that's
chest.
where he's
Him, the
addressing all
baby.
his problems.
Baby, you know,
But when it's time
I
for
just-
the boys, you know, I need
don't
to,
get it.
but I
don't get it. Why he's like this? Why is he acting like this? Go and ask him.
Nyewe ni mbashwaza.
Go and ask
Why
him.
didn't you tell him this? You are a backbone. Oh, don't talk about it. Don't waste my time.
You know, they're going to say we are witches on this podcast.
No,
But we are witches. We already told you.
No, seriously, don't waste my time. Did
I
you
swear.
tell John that you are pissed? Why didn't you tell John? Is John going to beat you? Are you a
Are
child?
you scared of John?
Are you scared of John? We need to
stronger than you?
unpack that. Is it stronger than you, darling? I make that. You see, you think you have ego. I will get you there. Don't worry. And I use the exact logic to beat them at their own game. Because you see, a fool sometimes cannot realize they're fool. You need to show them exactly where they are by treating them like the fool they are.
Yeah.
So you ask them, why didn't you tell John that you used your cup and it pissed you off? You know, the thing is, boys don't, but you're the one who's supposed to change that. No one's supposed to give you permission to change that. Why don't you change that? You know, Ashley, you don't really understand. So you don't have a backbone. Maybe you need to work on that.
Yeah, like maybe.
Good night.
It's like this thing we keep talking about, how they keep saying exactly what in the same conversation, how they keep saying, you know, us we boys, we don't have deep conversations like that, or we communicate when we go to like play, because I told them to play golf, because I keep saying, so this is someone I was seeing, and they keep telling me, you know, you only have a handful of friends, so we don't talk that openly, but you know, we make the time, you go and play golf or you go and do this, but you know, in that bar we don't talk about these deep things, because, and I'm just like, for us women, every time you meet,
we have a conversation.
So what stopped you? And you know, they keep justifying these things, but you know what, as to why they don't.
Oh, yesterday I slept with Ashley. Nah. She wasn't so thick.
Yeah.
She wasn't wet enough. For you, when you slept with Jen, was she hot? You know, that fine thing over there. Like, it's not my fault you're dimwits. You're dumb. You're dumb. Why can't you have multifaceted conversations? Because me, I'll go out with my girls. We're discussing, oh my God, Adam is hot. Also, babe, yesterday, like literally I was praying and like this. Oh, yesterday I had an epiphany. And then we got back to, we need some shots. And then why can't you be multifaceted human beings? That's not my fault. If you're simpletons. Thank you. It's always the logical gender.
The logical gender. Me, I just call them the logical. Every time you see them glitching, like some kind of small problem.
Me makes me laugh.
Like they don't know what to do.
They don't know what to do with themselves.
There's a book club I hosted one time. I was invited to host a book club, and we're having these like conversations. But because I'm the host, I have to make sure that I am coming from a place where I am managing all conversations. I can't just manage my own, the side I stand with. So there's this guy who got particularly aggravated. Now, me, I know how to manage my emotions. So I was very, very calm, because this is not the time now to be part of them. I'm the regulator here. So he gets very aggravated. He's like, the issue is you feminists, you think this. So I tell him, I smile at him and I say, beat your chest 3 times. I say, it's not that serious. Surely it is not. And you can feel.
It's what Abigail tells me, but do like this.
Do like this.
Do like this.
Do like this 3 times. I told him, beat your chest 3 times and relax. I told him, why are you emotional? You're so emotional. Oh my God. So fickle. Ew. Like, let me tell you, use their logic against them. I realized you're never going to get anywhere with them with logic. They're not smart.
I swear, they are not.
And that's what I keep telling you.
Get at them with exactly what they get at you with.
The thing is, like, when you try to reason and like make sense with someone who
never work.
You're not going to get.
You're the one doing all the work.
I stop talking to me because I'll go home.
You're stressed.
I'm stressed. I can't sleep. Because now I was trying to put a point across, but you're like, that dimwit was not understanding.
One part of feminism, I'm glad I left that stage of thinking you can convince everyone. In fact, me, I tell guys who I know, the ones who speak to me, I tell them, it is not important that you, John, understand the revolution. Because I promise you, whether you understand it or not, we will continue to progress. Not every man before understood and supported women who did this, but they still.
You'll catch up somewhere, wherever it finds you, it will find you.
That will never feel important, by the way. Never feel like you're needed.
It's kawa.
You're not where you needed.
It's kawa, you're not needed.
No this and no peace.
I swear, no.
By the way,
the same thing. And after I used to say that thing all the time. But that's when I did the same thing. You guys, I have so much peace. I no longer. I keep saying I no longer explain things to men. I no longer explain things to men.
You'll be there. They're saying stupid things. I'm looking like this. I'm like, okay.
At least for me, at least it gives me an understanding of that when I don't.
Don't ever bring it back. Thank you. Thank you. And me, I'll make the conversation uncomfortable. You call a woman a bad, I'll say, and why is she a bad?
Why is she that?
Why would you call somebody a bad?
Yeah.
Why do you say the things that you say? Like, what is wrong with you? I will make you uncomfortable. So for me, a lot of guys apparently fear having conversations with me, and they find that I'm very,
aggressive,
very,
you're very tough,
very strict and very tough. I prefer
I'm
that
like,
over the
yes, that's-
nonsense
Over
you guys
the
have shown
nonsense,
me
yeah.
over the years.
Me, I told
All
people,
the
like, it's
nonsense I've seen.
intentional.
It's intentional.
It's
You have to fear
intentional.
me.
Yeah,
It's
you
okay.
have to feel, like, look at me and fear.
It's okay. It's okay. Does it suck in terms of the dating life? Because
100%.
all
It
of them
does.
are absolutely petrified, yes. But you know what? I like to think that the man that's
seeps.
out there for me
It seeps out.
would not be afraid of me because I stand up for women.
Right.
Yeah.
If anything, he would be part of the people that
Yeah.
stand up for women.
Yeah.
So if as a guy you're afraid to talk to me, you're not my guy
You're not-
anyway.
I keep
That's
saying,
Rest.
I keep saying right now,
Rest.
that is what I'm in, and we keep laughing about it with the person that I'm seeing,
Yeah.
because we keep saying that if you've not accepted that I'm a witch,
Yes. Rest.
we have no
Like,
business.
We have no business discussing.
Because what do you discuss at that point? Because
What-
the thing
what are
is,
we talking
what are you
about?
talking about?
Yes.
There's no conversation to be
You're not.
had.
You're just never gonna be
Because
equally yoked.
Otherwise, you're going to be in a relationship where you're teaching.
And one thing I got
And-
tired of is teaching. Sidi
And
Musomesa.
teaching.
I
It's
never
a lot of
studied
work.
any
It's
grade
nothing. There is
to study.
That's what the
To
assignment
teach.
I signed up
Never
for in
desired
life.
To be a teacher. You've decided you're not going to be a mother, but now your mother.
But now your mother, I'm a Gen
yeah.
Son.
You get
No.
Gen Son is the one your mother.
No,
Please,
it will never be my.
yourself.
It will never be.
I
my
keep saying I
course.
have one
Yeah.
child,
Only one child.
and she's already on the right path. In fact,
Thank you.
sometimes she's the one who
Sometimes she's
reminds
more
me.
brilliant.
She's the one who reminds me and says, "Mommy, this is what we said."
Let's get out of here. Thank you. And I think it's very, very important as a feminist to remind yourself of these things. And you know, when this whole fiasco happened of people
Yeah.
getting aggravated that I cut my tubes, I found it quite tickling because these men have promised us feminists that we're going to die alone and bitter. So I've chosen to die alone and bitter.
So
We
now,
need it. Why are we angry? I'm just about to procure not cats but dogs. Don't worry, because they told us we're going to die with cats.
That's yeah.
In our house,
Yeah.
alone. So I'm going to procure the dog soon, and I will be that dog lady and everything like that. Why are you pressed?
Why are you pressed? Why is it?
Why
You threatened us.
He's saying, you see, she's there. That's why.
She
Yes,
has gone.
As-
should be-
as
You
well
should be
as
telling
I
others
should.
that you see that example. You proved you right. You should be saying you see her, but now you have nothing to.
Now your
There's
chest
nothing.
is beating.
So much. So
Beat your
annoying.
chest 3 times.
You know,
You'll
I
be
keep saying
fine.
that thing of and that thing of the lonely cat lady. Now getting into that, like the whole child-free conversation. That thing of the lonely cat lady. As I keep saying, men are the ones who die alone.
Yes,
Women don't die alone.
Women don't die alone. They die surrounded by
By
love.
they
By
die
love.
surrounded by love, by friends, by nieces,
family,
so many
their
people.
friends'
Men
children.
project so much, by the way. When you realize
It's real
that,
projection.
when you reach that point where you realize a lot of the conversation from them is just projection.
Yeah.
projection. When they say that marriage benefits women, marriage does not benefit,
Benefit
women.
women. It
Statistically,
benefits-
it does
it
not
benefits
benefit
Benefits
women.
benefit women wouldn't.
They wouldn't even give it to us.
Yeah,
They wouldn't want
give
us.
it. They wouldn't give it to us. Yeah.
All
actually
the people
stop
I
you
have
from
met
getting
who
married
have
as
been
much as
drained
they
are
could.
usually married.
Yeah.
Almost always. So for us to realize, one of the things that helped me where I've reached now is I don't internalize things. So like when I was younger, in my primary, there's a time I came back home and I was crying. I was livid. And my mom asked me, "Sweetheart, what's wrong?" Tell her, "Mommy, they abused me today. I don't know why they said these things to me and all that." So my mom, she asked me, "But why is that phasing you?" And I said, "Because it's not true and it's hurting me." And she said, "So Ashley, if I call you an elephant right now,
Are
you
you an
turn into an elephant?" I said, "Well, sister,
Yeah.
no, I don't." And she's like, "Exactly. So if you don't turn into an elephant, then people saying something about you doesn't turn you into
that
something,
thing.
you know?"
Yeah.
And like, I'll always be appreciative for a mom who has critical thinking skills, because one thing she taught
That's
me
dope.
is to think about things.
Yeah.
So I asked myself, these men who are calling me a very slut,
Yeah.
first of all the trick in the book,
Yeah,
slut her lot.
like, what?
Like at this point,
I keep
boring.
saying
Like-
that's so
like-
boring.
boring.
I keep saying
Like,
even that one. Even that one. I keep saying
everyone is a slut.
everyone is a slut by
Everyone's
this
a
point.
slut, everyone's
But
a
also,
slut, like,
but
oh.
also getting to the point and saying, you guys, even sex work is work. Do you
Yes,
know?
it is work. Thank you.
If you had
profession,
the
Oh,
hardest
best
profession in the world.
the only
If men had to be sex workers,
oh,
they would die.
please, and they're never shamed. Yeah. And the truth is, it's because at the end of the day, sex work is the only. I was telling this to a friend of mine the other day. I feel like sex work would not be as bad of work or as exploitative of work if men didn't make it an exploitative industry.
Yeah.
Because
100%.
sex work, like think about it, guys. Think about it. Walk with me. I know you guys are going to walk with me. Sex work, like every other work, is something of somebody taking a skill they naturally innately have from their brain or from their body, either your hands, because when we work either with our hands or with our brains. That's how we get employed, right? And we are paid for those skills. Sex work is the one body part where I said, this is my gift, this is my talent, right? And if men did not exploit women, I could simply go to a hotel and say, you know what, this pussy over here, $3,000. Do you have it? I have it. Do you not have it? I don't have it. Let me move to the next customer. I sleep with you. You give me my money. We move away.
Yeah.
The reason why sex work is not okay in terms of like, it's because men make it weird.
Yeah.
You go in there, you guys beat women, you abuse women,
They kill them.
They kill them. You tell them that they're sluts for what you want them for, because
You've come
to pay.
winning buyer. You're a winning buyer.
What is
buying?
Thank you. What is your name?
What is your name? Because we have
The seller you've called us, but for you willing buyer.
There is no name for the buyer.
Thank you. So at the end of the day, if you people didn't make that shit weird, then the girlies would be doing what they were supposed to be doing, because that's every other thing. It's like using my hands.
It's like being a masseuse.
Thank you.
Like being a nail tech, whatever it is that you do,
you're using a bodily skill that you're being paid to do. So this body part of mine, I've noticed that the gentlemen around, they like it.
But you know why that is? It's because of the entitlement that men have to women.
Of course.
Because the reason why they make it weird is because how dare you sell something that I should be getting
for free?
And how dare you control it?
Exactly.
How dare you control it? Yes.
How dare you decide how you're going to use it, how it's going to make you money? How dare you decide that I have to use protection? I'm
entitled to it. Yeah.
What you get, like, it's the same thing where like a guy is hitting on you and then you're like, I'm not interested, but you are not all that in the first place. Okay.
But you brought yourself.
I didn't find you. You get so
you saw me and said, let me go there.
The reason why they make it weird is because you've taken away that control.
Absolutely.
You've taken back the power.
The power.
Body,
Yeah.
And now it's like, what?
That's why
how dare you?
That's why OnlyFans made them salty, because now women didn't have to go through 50 different men to make money.
And I can decide whether you're going to, like, I can even decide who comes to my side, who doesn't come to my side.
Thank
That's
you.
Like, what do you mean they're filtering us?
Yeah.
I can't just go and like just watch a woman for free or like.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And by the way, if we lived in a world where like that is something that was not exploited, men probably wouldn't even be spending as much, because when you start to learn why a lot of things happen, you realize now, like rape, when we're younger we were taught to internalize rape as our fault. But rape is not even about attractiveness. It's a power game.
Yeah.
That is why.
It has nothing to do with what you look like.
That's why we keep saying, even on this podcast, we keep saying that's why men will
rape babies.
They rape babies, goats,
dead bodies. You go into
chickens.
You get.
Literally, we are struggling with certain diseases because a man went and
in a monkey.
Listen, it's about control. It's about power.
But, so when you tell a woman about what you're wearing, it's never, it has never in this world been.
It's something I'm trying to teach the older generation.
Someone that you're ready.
Thank you.
Access to.
Because they're not happy with them giving themselves to them. Like
it's about control.
It's about control.
You married the woman. Actually, they say you get married because you have to formalize the arrangement. You have a sex partner for the rest of your life. They went and got married. Still, you bring her into your home. She's already inside your bed.
You still want to rape her.
But you still want to rape her.
Thank you.
It has never ever been.
You know, as somebody who has always dressed in like an open way, I have hyperhidrosis, so like my body gets very hot very easily. So I sweat very easily. So I've kind of always worn off shoulders. I was just also maybe lucky that the skin was skinning, so like it just all went together. But like the truth is, I wear this stuff because I get hot very easily. So I've always worn shorts. I've always worn these things. But and even when our parents want to be so different, a lot of this stuff is ingrained in them. So sometimes they'll like spew the same misogyny. And like one time I was like dressed and like I had like a healthy cleavage out, and my mom is like, Ashley, you're going like that on a border? I'm like, yeah, I'm going. And she's like, but the border men, and they're going to start screaming and saying all of these things, and which is absolutely true. And I said, well, if a border man thinks that I woke up in the morning and bathed and wore this body oil and wore this top to impress him, then he's already fucking deranged.
Like
that has nothing to do with me. You think that I woke up so that Mark on the border stage sees an oohs and ahs.
I
can't rectify that.
Yes.
That's not my duty. I have to live my life. I keep trying to like explain it in that way to like my mom and to other women, I have to live my life.
Yeah.
You can't, like, we can't.
You can't, yeah.
constantly live in.
These
In
are my
fear,
best
yeah.
years, honey. They're gonna be outside.
Bruh,
You know
let
that?
them feel
I
it.
started saying that
Please.
because you know how we've been going through, and we've talked about this on this podcast. We've been going
Yeah.
through this whole clean girl aesthetic,
Yeah.
and for some reason, like we all fell into
Clean
into
girl
that mix
aesthetic,
of that
yeah,
clean girl
yeah,
aesthetic.
yeah.
I have big boobs. For a long
Mhm.
time when I was like in my early 20s, even like in high school, I used to wear like low cuts until we started entering this era of like conservatism, and now we have to cover the boobs.
You know,
the
just
hair
wear
needs
like
to
a
be
turtleneck.
The hair needs to be slicked back. The studs and the earrings need
They
to
should
be
be
small.
demure.
And
Small, like that, like you got that bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoop.
Yeah. So even that, it came back to me recently, and I said,
Yeah.
but I used to
Yeah,
have my
like
boobs
my-
out.
yeah.
Exactly.
love
I'm still in
it.
my good boob years.
Yes.
I'm in my 30s. By the time I'm 50, they will have
that-
that gravity would have talked to me.
Bruh.
So before we have a
why?
conversation, they're gonna be
Why?
outside.
To be outside.
Yeah.
To enjoy outside.
So I have to keep reminding myself. Actually, now that's one of the things that I'm working on, of like buying tops that
Low
low cut that show my
Show
boobs,
yourself,
like
yes.
accentuate my, because I'm like it's mania minimalism, clean girl. We finished even in terms of like the color of my hair these days. Sometimes now I've gone back to, okay, this is black. But I realized, remember I was saying the ginger braids is the best for me, actually.
Really? I love a
So-
ginger braid.
Yeah, because it like
I love a ginger braid.
pops your skin tone. So like,
But we were told that clean hair,
That's too much.
you have to be subtle. You have to be,
Women are just taught not to take up space. We are
That's the
taught not to
thing.
take up space, and for us who always took up space, we are penalized for it.
so much.
People admired you for it, but they penalized you for it.
Yeah.
So in the office space, I was penalized for being who I was. I was penalized for dressing the way that I dressed. But also at the same time, secretly, people be like, but I can't do what that girl is
like
doing.
I wish I could
And
do
like, I wish I
this,
could do that.
this,
But I'm
yeah.
penalized for it. And people don't realize that to be this person, we are not like putting on a persona. It's like the same way for you. You're naturally kind of a meek person and
Yeah.
everything, which is nothing wrong with that. I am not a meek person. It's who I am.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to do something. It's literally like breathing air to me.
Yeah.
I am who I am. I've always been who I am. I don't do it to impress anybody. This is just who I am. Like when I was doing this tubal ligation thing, I already knew I was going to film it, and I already knew I was going to talk about it.
Yeah.
This is something I even told my doctor. I told her I'm
Yeah.
going to film this. I'm going
Yeah.
to talk about this. This has always been who I am. I have a
Yeah.
track record. Check the track record. This
Yeah.
is nothing for
I don't
clout.
need to
Yeah.
do this.
I'm true to this.
Yeah.
I'm true to this. I've always been very, very passionate about having taboo conversations
Yeah.
on my platform. Whether 100 people saw it, whether 200
As long
people
as-
saw it.
yeah.
For me, that is something that I will say is my contribution to society.
Society, yeah.
Is my contribution to helping other people. Wherever it helps, it helps.
Yeah.
So when people see these things, they'll say things like, oh, you're so brave. I can't believe you do that. Oh, why are you doing that? For me, it's like breathing air. I don't feel brave. I feel like that's how I've always been. I've always been an advocate. I
Yeah.
like empowering women. I like
Yeah.
helping other people realize things that that I realized maybe a while ago, or that have helped change my life.
Yeah.
So the only thing that I would say is people want you to be regretful so bad.
Because as a woman, you have to.
be.
I'll be shooting a vlog every year. 25th year, 26th year of being child free.
How is it going?
How's it going with you?
Life updates.
27.
Like this year, no child came.
No child came through.
Yeah.
No
Still
need.
child free.
Yeah.
Still child free.
When 28 comes, when 45 comes, and I'm
Yeah.
in Tax and Caicos, I'm like,
You
oh my
get
god,
it?
45th year child
I
free.
don't have to go back to a child.
Like, oh my god.
And you could even be there like with nieces and nephews, like as I
you.
keep saying. You say, at these ones I return them.
Thank
I
you.
return them to
In
their
fact-
owners.
In fact, as I record the vlog, after carrying that beautiful, amazing
beautiful
child,
child.
then I hand it back to my friend and I go about my
And
day.
the
Listen.
most, by the way, I keep telling people, I'm like, you're like, yeah, and that's, I think I saw this on a podcast. It's like,
Yeah.
just because you're child free
Yeah.
does not mean that you don't
Love
you don't,
children.
You don't have to, or that you don't mother.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, we mother
As a
all the
woman,
All the time.
every
Yeah.
single day. So when you
It's actually something I'm trying to remove from myself.
bruh,
I'm not people's mother.
Yeah.
Like, I am not a mother. I'm a firstborn. I'm a fixer. So I noticed in relationships, I would take on these
Projects.
people. Even, men don't take you on. Like, I'm so serious. Men don't take you on. I realize I take on in intensity. I take on even the intricacies of things that these men don't see.
Yeah.
I'm solving things that you haven't even figured out yet. I can see 5 different ways you could do this. I think you should do this and this. And then I realized, Nazalani.
Mfachi.
Na what? Chief, you can't even solve anything for me.
Exactly.
You can't even help me figure out the outfit to wear today. But
you know,
I'm
who knows
solving
which time
existential
you're going to go
crises.
with this?
And no, I realize, you know what, Ashley? You're not a
Like,
mother.
Yeah.
you're not
Stop it. Who is sending you? You know, you have to
No
ask yourself,
one.
who is sending you? Because he
Yeah.
has also not sent
And
you.
Yeah.
also, and he knows how to ask when you say I did this. Who asked?
Who
asked you?
asked you?
And now that when they ask you that, who asked you?
And you're just like,
If they ask you who asked you once, don't divulge.
the way to make it is that. Way to make it is that.
Like, do you know?
And for
Like,
And now for
No.
me, because I realized that, I keep saying that for me, I think that's my kind of like, if I keep saying, because if I'm going to be in relationship with men, that's like my radical act of saying, because I'm already this person, I'm a firstborn, I have so
Yeah.
much stuff like going on for me, like I need to deal with so much, I'm a mother.
Yeah.
I keep saying, what's your use in my life?
What is your contribution?
What is your contribution?
Because money is not a contribution. I have money too. What is your contribution? What
do you bring to the table?
What do you bring to
Because I'm the table with all the
Thank
chairs
you.
and everything.
And this is sad. I think I've told you. I think I've told you, but this is a thing I tell like most of the women in my life. Men date intentionally for what they need in
from
their
their
you?
lives, yeah.
Yes.
he will date if for him what he feels is like he needs someone to raise children. That's what he will marry.
He'll
That's
find,
what
yes.
He will date. If what he needs is a trophy wife to
He will get
he
himself
will
a
get
trophy
himself
wife.
a trophy wife.
Yeah.
If what he needs is someone to take care of him, you get like to build
He will
her,
get
he will
you.
get himself that one. So as we now for you as a woman, you're there waiting to be chosen
Thank
for
you.
whatever value you're going to put in.
Thank
children.
you.
And I feel like that's like that. I feel like we've been dating wrong.
We
We've
have.
been
Yeah.
dating wrong because we are always waiting to be chosen. We're always waiting for like, okay, like how can I be his piece? What does he
Who
need?
his piece?
You guys,
Is he mine?
never be a person.
Is
Never
he
be-
mine?
I removed that one from
First of all,
myself.
never be a
I'm no longer a
But
man's
also-
piece.
Never that.
I have to be your
also-
headache.
but
Thank you.
also
And you have to
the thing
accept me in my headache.
Yeah, but also the thing is, as women, is like figure out what it is that you want. You get like, what is it like? You have money, you've built your life. You get
Yeah.
like, and that's what I also keep telling people. I'm like, guys, the life that I have built right now,
Yeah.
there is really nothing that I need
Yeah.
from a man. Like
Yeah.
I don't need anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if I'm like so. Figure out what it is that maybe you want.
Yeah.
You know what I would
Date
add to
for
that?
Like don't thingy.
I would add to that us now speaking like as a Gen Z person, right? For younger people, I'm finding that especially if you're a woman that is a
Yeah.
feminist that has deconstructed a lot, I find that we're very unequally yoked to the guys that we have,
Yeah.
both older and maybe the ones that are coming up, right? There's a little bit there, but like there's still a lot of work to be done for them to meet us where we are.
Yeah.
Because where yes,
Mm.
trust me, when I got out of uni, I told myself, oh my God, the ones my age are so young and so annoying. And so let me find.
Until
let
you
me
realize
see.
until you realize
That's all right to pass.
Oh.
we all have to pass there.
The old, the young.
Even the grandpas.
Dumb as hell. And you know what pisses me off about men? You know that phrase of like beauty with brains? Men, whether there's beauty or not, there's no brains.
There are no brains.
So I don't even know why we waste our time. Whether there's beauty, whether there's no like where? First of all, they're not even good looking. But even when he might slime his way through, where you say, okay, I can see what to do.
We can
with
try.
you.
We can try.
Do something with this.
Like I've
Brains
never
nothing.
met, I think in my life I've been maybe blessed to meet only one guy who has met me intellectually. And we have met somewhere where we are dancing, we are dilly-dallying, where it's not just you having a brain that thinks and has capacity and everything. I've met only one guy, and that was in high school.
Imagine.
The rest of my life, I've been meeting dimwit after dimwit after. I'm not saying every guy there is a dimwit, but like you are not that smart. What I'm saying is we were never equally yoked.
Yeah.
And they said this to me, so like this is not news to them.
Yeah.
We realized this down the line. We're like, look, you can't meet me.
You can't be
Where I'm at.
Yes, you can. And by the way, people can only love you to the depths that met themselves. I
Yeah.
think why a lot of men are not smart is not because men are inherently dumb. Of course not. No one is inherently dumb. The reason why a lot of men are the way that they are is because they don't meet themselves at a depth.
Yeah.
You guys don't have difficult conversations with yourself. As a woman, because I don't operate from ego, sometimes I have a conversation with myself. I'm like, you know what? That was a
Why?
bitch ass thing I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
We sit down
absolutely
with-
no
we
reason
sit
why
with
I
ourselves.
should have done that. Yes.
And we sit
You
with
have
our
to have
board of directors
humility
here.
within yourself.
You see, that comes back to the patriarchy.
Absolutely, yeah.
question
They have
because
no humility
they
in
have
themselves.
no, because that's the thing, like if you have no real problems,
Yeah.
like, if you have no real challenges,
True,
you
true,
have
true,
no
true, true,
reason
true, true.
to go back
To go back within
within
yourself.
yeah.
and, like,
Yes.
critically think and be like, why did this affect me the way that it is? Because
Yeah.
the thing is, you have, like, as women,
Actually,
we
they have
to-
no real consequences.
Yeah.
yeah,
They have
real
no
for
consequences,
the
yeah.
shit that they do for
Yeah, yeah.
everything that
Because
happens.
you'll be penalized for everything.
Exactly, for
Everything.
So you have to,
You have
like,
to sit
take it
down. Actually, that's very
Everything.
true.
and
That's
just
very
do
true.
it.
That's very
Everything,
true.
yeah.
That's why they don't need to.
That's why
grow.
this is so
You get-
frustrating for them.
Exactly.
That women are saying, no, I'm not doing this anymore, and I'm not doing this anymore, and now it's
Yeah.
forcing them to, like, and even
Uh-huh,
then
it's
they
forcing
don't
them to
get
try
to
and
the right
adapt.
conclusion.
Listen, yeah.
But they also, they're fighting the adapting because it's like, what do you mean I need to adapt?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Adapt to what?
Where's
Yeah.
the world that they promised
Me,
me? Where
yeah.
I just have to go
Yes.
through
Yeah.
the world
Yeah.
Yes.
I
But
was
like,
promised. I was sold.
I
Yeah.
was sold a dream of like where I grow up.
Yeah.
I just have to make money and then everything will align.
Okay.
But now
Yeah.
they're meeting women who are like, no,
No.
that's not how it is, because we've done the work, and the reason we've done the work is because you woke up one day and you're like, but this world is not meant for me.
me.
It's
What
not.
So
Yeah.
that's why they stay dumb. Because if you don't have, if there's no
There's no
consequences,
repercussions, yeah. There's no
you don't
critical
have-
thinking.
There's no need for critical thinking.
growth
Yeah.
and whatever and stuff like that. So now
Absolutely.
now we're living in a world where they're glitching because it's like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
to think things through.
Yeah,
You mean,
yeah.
you mean
get-
I'm not getting what I was, the rewards I
The
was
rewards I was
promised
promised.
for doing the
Where
bare
is the woman
minimum.
who's going to go- Exactly. So I think that's the thing. Like that's why they continue. Like that's why they continue. Like they're not inherently dumb, but they've never.
There's
had
no
to try.
need
Yeah,
to
yeah,
have
they've
it.
never been challenged
Absolutely.
enough.
But now things
Yeah,
are changing.
that is
Guys
very,
are,
very
like, things
true.
are changing. So
Yeah.
hopefully, maybe you guys, us, there is no chance. I think we are done. Our thing. But like maybe you guys.
We are
will be able
trying.
to get some who will change at
Yeah.
like
Trying.
30. There will be like someone like, you know what, we need to adapt.
Yeah.
Start thinking critically and start unlearning and learning.
Yeah.
So that maybe you will get some companionship that makes sense at that point. But
Yeah.
please, you and I,
Okay.
no chance.
Our team is asking us to wrap this up because this episode, you guys, it has been so hot
Yeah.
and there's still a lot more to discuss. So
Join us in part 2.
join us for episode 2 next week, part 2 next week. Thanks for joining us again for She Knows Best. It's not therapy, but it might help.
I really like that.